Hey, out there in podcast land, it's Dutch from Dutch and Dirty. We're here to talk to you about Weller, where we mix natural flavors with bubbles to create a zero-calorie, zero-carb, zero-sugar sparkling water. Each can contains 25 milligrams of broad-spectrum CBD, which makes it ideal to unwind your mind for better focus or your body for a better workout recovery. Hydration has never been so delicious. I got to tell you, this product's great. I use it all the time, sometimes twice a day. For me, it's always generally before a workout and or a hockey session, definitely before the range to get those jitters off. Not big on the caffeine going into the golf course. It's outstanding. Watermelon's my favorite flavor. There's 4 flavors. Go see us online, wellerbrands.com. Use Dutch and Dirty code D&D podcast for 20% off and $120 on your first order gets you free shipping. Back to the show.
I think I'm going to add it in.
Aren't you the fucking pro?
Well, I don't have a whole lot of time today. I got to fly down to see my daddy down in Dallas.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Good old Mike Wesson.
Oh, snap. We're back.
We made it.
Welcome to our little outdoor episode 8, Cravens wrap up. You might be wondering why you heard birds chirping. We have some guests on shortly after this intro, and we needed some space. The studio gets a little tight, so we have a couple of surprise guests coming on. Cravens, man, where to even start?
There's a lot to unpack, and but before you unpack,
Okay.
please read the email, because what you can't do is flush toilet paper down the toilet at the Airbnb that we decided to rent, which just so happened to be a townhome that was right next door to each other. So it was a shared home between 5 of us. And
It was.
it was.
I mean,
new.
location. You can't. There is not a better location when you're playing in that tournament.
No. And they already rented it for next year.
Oh, so we have it again, or we don't?
No. The boys from the desert already grabbed it. They were so pissed that we had it. We're at dinner, and he's like, "Hey, I just rented that house next year."
Are you
I
serious?
swear to God.
Who was it?
Brent. Good move. I was like, dude, good on you.
Strong move. I'll have to let RP know that. He might be a little upset.
Way to do it.
He might be a little upset about that
He
one.
might be hot. But, yeah. So, I mean, the house is on the 18th green, so it's definitely it had a porta-john in the front yard, so at least you had that if you needed to take a dump and wipe. But they wanted you to wipe your ass and not flush it. That's
So we're going through. It's the first morning. We get in on Monday. Play our practice round, and then we go over to this house. So the golf course we're playing at St. Gabriel Country Club on Country Club Boulevard. The address of the golf course across the street on the 18th green is the house that we're staying in. It's not actually on property, it's just right across the street. But it's a little duplex. I think each one had 4 or 3 bedrooms. It kind of reminded me of like a shitty beach house that you would rent that has like literally no furniture in it. A towel.
killer backyard.
Oh my God, the killer backyard. So the backyard is just basically dirt.
It was graded at least.
50 by 100 feet. Just dirt.
Good big dirt parking lot.
Yeah. You could have a party back there.
Should have taken the Mustang for some donuts.
Oh, man.
We were 10 years
Mustang.
younger. We would have. Yeah.
So the accommodations, we get there, and I wake up in the morning, and I get a text from my partner. He's in the other room. And the text is a screenshot from the ownership of the Airbnb to say, please do not flush any toilet paper in the toilet. Fines and fees may occur if there's any plumbing issues.
Boy, I wish I'd have known that prior. You know? It'd
What,
been cool.
what kind of place doesn't have working toilets?
I'm not gonna lie, dude. The toilets worked, and I flushed my.
I did too. They
I
worked
did.
just fine. I'm like, what are we in Mexico? There's a little
Yeah.
little bin next to the toilet. I mean, I get that.
I felt I could have beat the case on that if they were going to come back and be like, "Yeah, you owe us money."
No, I think it's against the health code to
Absolutely.
provide some. Yeah, I mean, I think we could have gone all day. So the accommodations,
It worked out.
well, hey, you know what? I didn't even book them. So thank you for everybody that booked the accommodations. Location. We literally walked 100 feet,
Yeah.
maybe 125 into the back door of the locker room.
It was awesome.
It was awesome.
We were right there. So that rolls us into Tuesday when I fly in, and I think each of us had a pretty cool experience.
It was a fancy day for your boy.
Walk me through it.
So we had a 2-hour ride from Pasadena, California, out to Brentwood to play.
Gotta love traffic.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how people do it. I have no idea. So I got to play at Riviera Country Club Tuesday. Me and my partner RP, 2-hour little jaunt in traffic in LA. It's it's there's not a lot. I mean, it's insane how nice this place is.
It's the nicest course you've ever played.
Oh, 100%. 100%. And when I say that, so like, I'll say Montreux is one of the nicest courses
It is.
I've ever played.
100%. It's a hell of an experience.
Riviera, like the tee boxes are cut in, they're edged out. It's almost like they're on a box. You're on a platform. Every place, everything is manicured. Walking that course was a little tough for me.
No thanks.
Coming off the broken leg.
Yeah.
Right. So we walked it. We had a caddy. Not the, you know what? I haven't had the best caddy experiences from playing golf. Like, I've played with people that are so pumped on their caddy while I'm playing against them, and I get like a duck.
Do you think it's because you're terrible at golf, or just because you're an asshole in general?
No, I think I'm pretty coachable. I think I'm gonna let that go right over my head.
Dude, you had a great experience with me and Hefe.
No, Hefe was the best caddy I've ever had.
Yeah.
Hefecito was the best caddy I've ever had at St. Gabriel. And this guy,
maybe because I was the buffer there. You have a strong personality. Maybe they push back. You don't like that.
I tell them I'm coachable. I don't like. Hey, I'll try to do anything you tell me. Hefecito told me to pull a driver out and hit it out of the rough. I did. Best shot. Yeah. So, but long short, younger guy. He'd only been out there for 8 months. Didn't have a rangefinder.
Oh, buddy.
So
okay, that's not on you.
No, I know. Like,
that's not you.
We got like 5 or 6 bad reads that were 25 yards off. Finally, at the turn, he's got a rangefinder, and we're playing with one of the assistant pros out there. I will say, great experience, great golf experience. What a country club. We're a little pressed on time this week to get this out, and I really wanted to do that. But we're going to go back. We're going to record scorecard them next week, and I really want to do that. Definitely give that course it's just dues. We had an outstanding assistant pro play with us. We had a great time. I was at the Snack Shack on coming through 13 and the champ. Sugar Ray Learn. Sugar's there.
Oh,
playing golf with Johnny Gill. I mean, the hoop tattoo with the cross and everything. I mean, it was silly.
That's good stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. I never know how to act because I don't want to like invade their personal space. So they're just out there having a good time like I am.
Yeah.
So I didn't even bring it up, or I was just like, hey, how's it going? We just had like a 3-minute conversation about nothing.
What up? How's it going?
But I wasn't like, oh, can I get your picture or something like that. I don't have that in me.
I lost my virginity to you, Johnny Gill. Their music, I mean.
Yikes. Yes. Terrible hang. God awful hang. Yeah. I mean, there was literally nobody there. We were 30 people that played that course last Tuesday. But I'll get into that when we scorecard it. Get all the deets. So the kid flew in, headed right to Sherwood.
Dude. Well, almost. First of all, my host there one and only John Barry, NBA legend, ESPN broadcaster, good buddy. I was like, hey, coming down early. Let's do around Sherwood. I'll get a game. I was like, perfect. Always love to fly into a place I've never played before and get action. Our plane's coming into Reno. It comes, touches down, and takes right back off. Touch and go. And it's like, what the hell? It's late. We delayed. They couldn't land. They couldn't see the runway. Their eyes must have been closed. But so they wrap around, go to Sacramento, land, refuel, come back. Long story short, I'm delayed 3 hours. So I text JB. I'm like, hey, dude, I'm going to be late. He's like, no worries. Because I'm going to go play with my group.
Fun fact, you left Reno, ended up flying to Sac.
No. The plane that was our plane coming into land.
Oh,
came in,
touch and go.
Touch and go.
Okay.
And then wouldn't even try to land again.
Yeah. And I completely forgot about my debacle on Monday.
Yeah. And it wasn't windy like it was on Monday. Anyway, that's beside the point. Fuck him. So he's like, hey, dude, don't sweat it. He's like, just text me when you get here. So I get there, text. He's like, yeah, come on. It's I'm just playing my game. I'll be done by the time you get here, and we'll lap it again. So that's what I did. Showed up there. I mean, that place, same thing. We'll do a full review on it, but unfucking believable. Right? Roll up. She's like, yeah, just tell Nick. He'll take you to the range, warm up, and I'll come grab you. So I'm on the range hitting balls. Meet Braden, his partner, on the range, and rapping, hitting balls, and grabs me. And he's like, all right, let's go. And we go to one, and there's like a 5-some on the green. He's like, fuck this. We play 2.5 hour slots. We go to 10 for the back nine first, and I mean, it is just one great hole after another. I mean, beautiful homes. The way the course just kind of rolls through the what's it called? The base?
I'm not sure.
Mountain basin? I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
And we played pretty quick, and just had a blast. And then at the turn, one of the older guys hopped in and joined us. And this dude was like, yeah, I'm an 18 handicap. I get a shot a hole. Gets up and down from a dumpster on one. And I'm like, dude, I'm bringing you to member guests. Yeah. You're awesome.
Gets up and down out of the mulch or something, like a pile of rocks.
Just a great dude. I mean, everyone that he introduced me to out there, solid people, cool. Go into the grill afterwards, killer dinner, and just sitting there. And it goes to show, you can be a country club like ours here. You can be Rev. You can be Sherwood. Same shit happens at every fucking club.
Oh, yeah.
These motherfuckers are getting this many strokes and they don't post and this and fuck that. I'm not giving them one on 17. I'm like, dude, this sounds like our men's bro.
Yeah. Can't fix stupid.
Can't fix stupid.
And I don't get it. Like,
the cool thing about my flight getting delayed was then traffic wasn't as bad getting out because you got to want to get out to Sherwood. It's out there. All right. So we get out there, play, and we get done eating at like 7:30. So while it's still LA, it took me an hour. Which was probably 20 miles further than where you guys were in Palisades.
Oh, yeah.
To get back to our place, right? I was home in an hour, went to the grocery store, met you guys back at the place, and off and running.
Yeah, and I think I might have messed those up. So I think it was an hour and a half out there, 2 hours back.
Maybe.
Yeah, because we hit the afternoon traffic coming back.
Yeah, I can see that.
But no, I mean, Tuesday, great day. But I ended up playing Monday practice round. So the week as a whole, the amount of walking, and I get it. I'm just coming off a broken leg or whatever it is. Whether I was or not, I have not walked that much since I was on a hump at the Marine Corps.
Yeah.
Like, how many miles do you think this week total?
40.
Easy,
Easily.
right?
Easily.
And it was even worse when I wasn't playing because I watched,
I watched every shot of the boys that we're going to have on later. Yeah. Every shot they hit.
I mean, 36 holes. Yeah. Sunday, Saturday.
And then Friday I played 12 or 13.
No, I played Saturday.
Yeah. And then I went back and watched them play.
Yeah.
So quite a bit. So then comes practice round, which is always fun. Right, because you got people going off and qualifying. Some of our boys were qualifying. You kind of get there a little bit early, have lunch, whatever, get ready to go.
What time do you guys went early? Didn't?
No, we didn't, because I went home to change, and the guys I thought we were playing with, you and RP just snaked and fucking took off on us.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, you
No,
snaked
no.
their time.
No, we didn't snake your time.
You didn't. I gave Langer shit about it too.
You can give them all you want. We went into the pro shop to find out when you were playing, and they gave us 2:45, 3:00.
Yeah.
And Scott Barnes and Scotty Duh came and was like, "Hey, just play with us. We only have 4."
Yeah. Six, that was a conversation with them earlier. Was, yeah, let's all play. Okay, cool. I'd love to play with you guys.
Well, we didn't. I mean, we played 9.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's what kind of Yosh and I were about. Like, well, fuck, I'm glad we didn't. They all quit. It was a slow pace, and just going
2 hours and 45 minutes through 8 holes.
So that's why I like the afternoon one.
Mm-hmm.
They'll go a little bit later. Is hang out for a bit, let the masses go, and go, and they're on like 4, and then you kind of play at your own pace.
Yeah, I mean, we went out and played a Monday practice round ourselves, and played 18 on Monday.
Yeah.
Then playing riff and walking, and then I'm like, oh my god, I need a break.
Yeah. No, it's not it's an easy walk, but the way that Kikuyu grass just grabs your feet, dude, it wears you down.
Yeah.
It'll wear you down. So then comes early morning.
Tuesday, you guys had the early, right? 7:00.
Thursday, yeah, we were second off, 7:10.
7:10. Yeah.
My partner puts the first ball into the parking lot.
I witnessed that.
We I mean, now that you've played in it, you're gonna like your year. You'll be bored in a meeting or on a flight, and you're gonna start thinking about, okay, how am I gonna play the qualifying round at the Cravens? What are we gonna do on 1? What are we gonna do on 2? In all the years I've been doing this, 12, and had these thoughts, never do I play through 1 going out of bounds. So that was
I mean, I can see I can see myself doing.
Yeah, but I play the even holes. I tee off on the evens, not the odds. So I don't picture in my mind getting that tee shot on.
I got it.
But I had to.
Yeah, and you're always going to stay evens?
And I think so. I don't know. We'll see.
I didn't mind playing odds. I wish my iron play was a little bit better. It was pretty good in the practice round and pretty good in qualifying. But in our first match, it wasn't great. I actually hit a 3-wood in qualifying, and we birdied that hole. And in match play, I hit a 4. And I just left him in the rough. So it was tough, and then we were rough, bunker, and then we ended up bogeying.
Our guests that we're going to bring on here in a little bit, pump driver on 1 every day, onto the green, all over.
Yeah, out of +4. Those guys are giving me 12 strokes.
So yeah, we proceed to triple bogey the first, and then play 1 under golf through next 14 holes, and then just have maybe the greatest tee shot on the 15th hole ever. My partner pulls it directly right, hits a sycamore tree, comes back across the tee box, and settles right next to the 16 greenside bunker, 15 yards behind the tee. So in all of my matches, all of my rounds there, I've never seen somebody's second shot from where I was. Unbelievable. But we almost parred the hole from there. Bogeyed that, and then just shit down our leg coming home. Shot a 77 gross, net 78, and that's it. Not fun flight. 6:30 the next morning.
Yeah, that was kind of rough. So we teed off just about an hour after you did. 8:02, I think, was our time. It was a halfway decent day. We ham and egged, but I got to tell you, I mean, you get this Kikuyu, bro.
Kikuyu, kill you.
Well, you get to the point where you're like, I got to swing harder.
Yeah.
And then you get to the point where you're like, I'm not putting the club face on the ball because I'm swinging so hard.
Yeah.
So it was a battle for me to try to get that figured out. I felt like we did well enough in the qualifying round. We turned in a net 79, got in the Amigos flight.
There you go.
Amigos. Had a day off. which is probably the worst thing for me because I went out drinking. And Party John. Well,
Party John was around.
Party John was around Thursday evening. We started with a little 1-4-24 in the old men's card room. And it was a debacle because we put a bunch of small tables together.
Yeah, all the gin tables.
So they were all uneven. And,
Well, gin was.
I had to have 3 shots of warm beef eaters because the die kept rolling off the table.
Hey, it's just like this table
It's a
here.
penalty.
We
It's a
play out there and
penalty.
never guessed. It's sick.
It's a penalty. And then Scotty had to pour one on his head. He didn't want to take it.
Wow. Yeah. That's an RP move.
Well, RP was furious about
I have a
about
video.
how he poured it on his head.
Oh, well, because RP did it the right way. I have a great video.
Oh, yeah,
in the bunker up at.
No, of course.
Did it
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
When you refuse to take a shot of warm gin because it's a penalty for a wager in a game, you pour it on your head, and you pour it around, you pour it all over yourself. Scotty leaned over the table and just poured it on his bangs to where it went straight down on the ground. Fell right, got right on his tampon in there.
Happens.
It happens.
Those Phoenix
Rookies.
Those Phoenix boys.
But yeah. So Friday, I went out. I'm out. I was out late Thursday night. I'm sleeping. 10:30 in the morning, still sleeping. RP busts in the door. Hey, I got us on. We're going to Annandale. We got a 12:30 shotgun. And I'm like, what? All I want to do is sleep.
Yeah.
It was a fun day. We played halfway decent. I think we ended up kind of all square on our bets because we came over with 2 guys that were in our Amigos flight because they had the day off too.
Gotcha. So we're all in.
So yeah, we went over there, cart fees only, which was super nice.
Took care of you.
Yeah, Alistair hooked it all up.
Good.
Yeah, man, it's a good track. It's a little cut up.
Yeah.
A little, it's a couple quirky, super narrow holes that cut back on the end. I don't know. It's kind of cut into this parts of this canal, which are a little funky. But I thought it was a fun time.
Yeah. Yeah, Annandale's a good place to go. Always enjoy doing that.
What'd you guys end up doing up right?
Walking with the boys.
That's right.
Yeah, just follow. I mean, I'm in my element when I'm there, right? So I love it, even if I'm out. It sucks. Granted, we were done. We were first off 6:30, done at 9. Like, oh, great. What am I going to do for the next 2.5 days? Well, just go support all my guys. So I just went out there and followed anyone that was playing. And then I got Trent and them on the first team. I was like, I get to watch these guys beat some of these ass. So they're fun to watch.
Oh, they're great to watch. They're having a great time. It'll be a good interview. So how many teams total entering the tournament?
202 teams were in the tournament this year.
So 202. How many teams from Northern Nevada? 10?
I think 10.
10 teams.
10 total.
10 teams, and then everybody out there supporting each other, which was pretty awesome. You got teams mainly West Coast, right? There's a couple guys from Atlanta. Midwest, yeah.
Montana,
yeah. St. Louis, I think I saw.
Yeah, they're from all over.
Yeah.
A couple teams from Florida. I mean, it's just it's the 98th running of it.
Yeah. It's a pretty special. It's a pretty special turn, and I think my partner was kind of telling me that he treats it like the Masters for him.
I do
it's
too.
The first tournament of the year for him.
Yeah.
And then we got a couple member guests that come up. So, member guests, members, maybe 4 tournaments a year. But yeah, I mean, everybody down there is class act.
Yeah. So for you, first time there, overall experience, food, locker room, all of it.
It's a classy experience. You go, you check in, you're given a pen. That pen gets you access to everything throughout the tournament. You go into the locker, everybody's suited and tied. You have your own locker. It's got a placard on it from the club you're playing from with your partner. Straight down T prize.
That was the only thing I didn't like this year.
So I'm not super crazy about the pick out a couple apparel things and you go get it logoed and do the whole thing. It's almost better if it's like, hey, this is what we got.
So this was one of the tea prices one year. This is my favorite blanket fabric that we're using as
Oh,
a
okay.
thing today.
Yeah.
And like they've had this, they've had wine decanters with wine glasses, something non-golf related that is part of the tournament. It's like, cool, I'm going to display this at my house. Like this sits in my office.
I remember you talking about that at the airport. I agree.
Having something like that's always cooler than like, great, do I need another embroidered golf shirt or pair of golf pants,
no
golf hat?
No, that in a year and a half is going to my son or Goodwill. Correct. Right. Yeah. No, I agree with that. But so yeah, locker room was fantastic.
Louis is the man.
Yeah, Louis is the man. Tipped Louis well.
Good.
Tipped the guys well.
I gotta
that run the
I got the bag room.
Yeah.
Locker room.
Yeah, I tipped both of them, Aaron and Gene.
So that's one thing that's according to what I've heard has gone away. Like there's not as much people like you and I that are appreciative.
Oh yeah.
Of the effort.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's not a daily thing on the course. I mean, like if you're coming off the course and the guy cleans your clubs, you give him a tip, right?
Yeah.
But I don't walk into any of the 3 clubs that I'm a member at and tip the maitre d' for bringing me over to my table for dinner type deal. But like during the tournaments, these guys are working hard. They're trying to handle 128 teams or 202 teams. They're managing caddies. They're doing all this stuff. So I gave the guy every time I went to the range, I gave the guy $10.
Yeah.
That was cleaning my clubs. Yeah. So I mean, it's just I don't know.
It's the right thing to
as
do.
People get older, even people that are wealthy, people get older, they get fish hooks in their pockets and all that.
I'm telling you, like
I notice that all the time.
And you'll see, like there's not much that those guys won't do for me when I go there, because they know they're going to get taken care of.
Yeah.
Right. And I'd probably guess that the people that aren't as well taken care of when they're there.
Oh yeah.
There could be a ring at the bar, and I walk by and just give Caesar the look. He's going to grab what I need in front of the ring.
Yeah.
Knowing when we're done here, he's getting hooked up.
Yeah. No, yeah, I would agree with that. But again, that's why you get the service that you get versus. Yeah. But it's a give and take. So locker room was fantastic. I wish that we would have had a little. It's tough that it's on Sunday and that like the speeches and all that stuff like that are late, and we had to end up flying out.
Just fly back Monday next year.
Maybe. And I'd like to bring my wife.
Yeah.
I think for me,
it's such a good experience for them.
Yeah. So my parts didn't land last year, and really wanted to. I kind of spent the week down there, build land on this golf course. 6 days is way too much. First of all, I didn't really like being away from my wife that much. It was time away from my kids as well. And I think Wednesday midday practice round, coming back, having the girls get out on the weekend. Yeah. I think
that's our program. 99% of the time.
Definitely.
I'm going to insinuating circumstances this year, so
yeah.
So they could go. Otherwise, it's such a good trip for them too, because they know that they'll fly in Thursday usually, and they know Thursday night we're doing the dinner there. So I'm not going to get that. You come somewhere, go to the next dinner, and we'll see them after. And then Friday, because you guys, your flight is till Saturday.
Yeah.
But you have the day out Friday.
Yeah.
So you can do whatever you want at that point, or bring them out and walk and see the other guys. They're usually just a blast to do that with. They'll come out for 4 or 5 hours, and then go off and do something else. Then we'll meet them for dinner.
No, and it was great. Like you have families out there. I love seeing, all the, young mothers with their top. I saw this one lady. She had 4 kids, 2 through 7, and they're all wearing matching Ralph Lauren dresses.
Yeah.
The whole 9, right? Like that they're out at some kind of fancy PGA event. That was really
very inviting for the families. But I will say this: I think you and I both got the same pictures and videos while we were out there on Sunday of our kids. driving your golf cart, playing golf.
Yeah,
Here,
that was awesome.
That was
So
pretty sweet.
we got some good ladies back in Reno.
Well,
So-
the more we get our kids into it like that, the more they're going to want. Sean brought his kids to they've never been there to see it. That's something else, man. Like,
Yeah.
I've had Charlie come with me to the Macbeth, which is usually this week down there, and it's nothing cooler than having your kid with you play in a tournament.
Maybe my last thing on just the week as a whole. So I got to play with a father-son team at qualifiers, and I can't wait to bring one of my 3 sons to play with me, like Emo and Mo. Getting to see those guys play, getting to watch them. I walked with them for a while one day, just seeing their interactions, like that made my heart happy.
There's nothing better. I wish my dad and I were at the same club and, had a handicap that could do this with him.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, 78.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I'll be 44 this year. 7 days was
whoop my ass.
Oh, it was brutal. And then the standing, and I get it. It's a slow tournament. I'm not complaining about the pace of play at all because it is what it is. It's a home shot tournament, and especially once you get to match, you need to have conference call on every green. Which way is it going? You got the caddies, blah blah blah. But just the standing, and not being well hydrated.
Well, no, it's Coors Lights, the hoppy other beer we were drinking, the Cravens beer, and then all the transfusions we could handle. It was
okay. So my turn. What would you say for someone that's been playing in it for 12 years? How was this year? Different, better, worse? Takeaways? What would you leave behind?
I think. I mean, you always have a better taste in your mouth when you win, or don't get dusted at the first match out. There's no complaints to it because it's awesome. It is what it is. You just kind of wish you'd have played better. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Personally, but I made a promise to myself, and I think I said it on the pod, was that I want to be more what's the word here? More present being there. And I felt that I was.
Oh yeah, you were definitely in your element.
I was bummed we were out. It sucked. But okay, what are you gonna do? Go home and sit at your house and fucking cry? Or hang out and play with your boys, or not play, but support your buddies.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's what I did. I tried to if I was there, I was walking until I got dog ass tired and then went to 14, sat and ate, and then got back up and walked some more. If there was somebody from our club that was playing, dude, I'm going to support him. Fucking awesome.
No. And I agree with that. I think, you said that to me, like, hey, try to take it all in. Don't, miss out or whatever it is. I think my one miss out day was after we walked on Saturday, and I'm like, I'm going to bed. I'm not even going to dinner.
Yeah.
I went and got in bed at like 6:30 at night and slept the entire night. I needed it. It was bad. I couldn't. I was having a hard time like walking around.
It's stimulation overload, to be honest, because having been there for 12 years, there's so many friendships that have been created, right? And you want to hang and do something with every one of these people that are there. And like, dude, like Barnesy and I didn't go to dinner all this time, right? One of my better friends at that tournament.
Yeah.
But it's just the way kind of everything.
Well, yeah, you get separated definitely based on your qualifying times and this, that, and the other. But to your point, when we were having to leave because we might miss our flight, I could see you like kind of being torn away, and you wanted to like go walk to the gallery that was another 100 yards behind where we were because we were walking with the ball.
Yeah.
And just to go say goodbye to everybody. And then I saw you kind of like do one of these, like, oh shit, who's over there? I can't not say, and then finally just turned around. So no, I mean, I think it's great. It's a fantastic tournament, awesome experience. I mean, it's the best golf experience that I've had in my life for 7 days.
It was It was a blast, man. Looking forward to next year already.
So I say we transition over. We got a little special treat for you. The 2025 98th Cravens Invitational Champions coming up next.
Ooh, coming on in.
Bush's putts on 17 and 18 because I hit it like one of 12 feet.
We watched the one.
Well,
on
we
17.
watched the one on 17.
And luckily it didn't matter, but I just left him with a tester.
Needed it. Test the nerves a little bit.
All right. Well, you want to introduce the boys here? Introduce the.
Have we been
the
recording?
guest? Just for a few minutes.
yeah. Didn't get anything incriminating.
Well, no, nothing. We didn't talk about anything. Anything we shouldn't have talked about.
Just get a drum roll or whatever. We can the old clapperina.
Clapperina.
Oh, pretty impressive
Yeah.
soundboard.
You like
For
that?
the 98th Cravens Invitational Champions here,
Yeah.
Harry and Danny.
Yes,
Sir.
Harry and Whit Nasty.
So before we get into it, the nickname Harry is so good. We're walking up like 3 in the final match, and Dave Paulus, who's playing, comes up to me and he's like, "What's his name?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "Well, I introduced myself to him and I said, 'Nice to meet you, Harry.' And then I heard him call his name as Trent Verdon." He's like, "What's his real name?"
He called me Harry like 4 times that match.
I love it.
I told him not. I said you got to call him Harry. Don't worry about his first name.
The whole time.
Yeah, he was super confused. It was pretty funny.
That guy was awesome.
Nicest guy ever, right?
Dude.
Yeah,
I'd
he
be
gave
that
us
nice
some
if-
good accolades at the end too during his speech.
Oh,
yeah.
really?
He like
was
he
cool.
stood there and he was like, other than Danny hitting it 330 yards and Trent and Danny being super handsome guys and being great golfers,
He's pumping the tires.
they actually are great. They
Didn't
actually
say any of that.
They're actually
He
great
didn't,
guys
'cause he's
also.
not
and then he
here.
was like, they're actually great people too. And we both just looked at each other and we're like, this guy's like the nicest guy on earth.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
He kicked our ass last year. The two of them beat me and Josh like a drum on like 12. And it was the nicest way I've ever been fucked in my life. Like he was.
Sounds like they've given it a run a few times because they said something in the speeches like, man, these guys are going to win it one of these years. But
Yeah, maybe. We've had a couple runs, but yeah, when they whooped our ass, he was nice about it the entire time.
He was
Like,
super
hey, no,
cool.
I like your shoes. I like your pants. By the way, you're 4 down.
Yeah.
We're getting 9. Great.
Okay.
So talk through a little bit of it. So for our 4 listeners, a lot of them never played in the
5
Cravens
now.
or
Allie's listening.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All
she
right.
told me. And Charlie,
Yeah.
so 6. We got
Well,
6.
She's going to hear about this dedication she had for a brilliant 3-wood.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Get to that.
But just talk us through a little bit. Like, how many rounds did you guys end up playing for the tournament total?
We played in the qualifier and then we had a match on Friday morning.
Don't just jump over the qualifier, dude. You guys lit it on fire.
We tore it up in the qualifier. We shot 66, and then Friday we played well too.
Who were you guys?
One
Who were you
match.
paired with Thursday? Anyone memorable?
the transfusions are talking. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
2 guys from Hacienda Country Club. I gotta remember their names. They were super nice guys, and they actually they have a place up at Whitehawk.
Oh,
Here.
cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really nice
super
guys.
nice
Father
guys.
son, and we ended up seeing them like 3 other times, not at the golf course. We saw them at the dinner. We saw them at the what restaurant did we go to? The Derby Steakhouse. Yeah, saw them there. So
Were they in the bar?
super nice.
I'll
guys.
just talk to him for 30 minutes while they were eating
Of
dinner.
course he did.
That was so good. I loved it. Come on, Altie.
Yeah, we played. I mean, all the matches we played solid. What total matches we played or rounds? What was it? With practice round, 1 Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So 7 total rounds.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
And
Yeah, but some of them weren't full round. You got
Yeah.
dirt napped some guys.
yeah, thank God.
What was the least amount of holes you played in a round?
Beat them on 12, right?
Yeah.
7 and 6.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Which
it's
was
a good
nice.
amount of
Those
walking.
guys were just
It's still a good amount of walking.
Great amount of walking there.
Yeah, Mert, this was a great story. Our caddy on Saturday was talking about how super nice guy, Andreas. He was awesome, but he was talking about how we asked him if we were going to see him on Sunday. He was going to be our caddy on Sunday, and he was like, "Well, it kind of depends on the tip, or whatever." And we were like, "Okay." And then Mert out of nowhere goes, "Well, you'd be a fucking idiot to dump these guys. They hit it down the middle. They hit it on the green. They're not
Pretty
picking
easy.
bunkers.
Yeah.
Pretty easy job.
And you played 12 holes today."
Here's 50% of the minimum. We'll see you tomorrow.
And it just
Poor
got
guy.
quiet after he said that. We were just like, all right.
Our last round, though, man, he was dogging it out there. He was
It was
barely
tough.
keeping up with it.
I was having a hard time keeping up. Outside of the last day, I watched both of the rounds until we had to run out of there. And it's kind of funny because the round before the final, kind of halfway through it, I'm like, man, this is kind of boring. You guys were given like 4, and you guys were just playing well, and like up through, what was that 10? You guys were up through 3, and then
Like they were 5 under.
yeah,
we're
you guys were 5 under through 6.
Yeah, came out, and that was with a short missed putt on
Dedicating 3 woods to my wife. I mean, it was a pleasure to watch.
That was Danny, wasn't it?
That was Danny.
I don't believe so, actually.
I'm pretty sure
Danny didn't get to play his ball. Remember?
Yeah.
He gets to hit drivers and putts.
Yeah.
That's all he gets is the odd hole guy or the even hole guy there.
No, but when they turned that on, when they started playing, just as well as you guys were playing, and it was finally a match. That was awesome.
What was that,
Yeah, they
13 they turned it on?
Well, yeah, they're
5 in a row, 4 in a row.
15, 16.
Their kids showed up. Wife and
Yeah.
kids showed up, and all of a sudden they wanted to put on a show. It was
Mhm.
birdie,
Yeah.
birdie, 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 birdie,
Yeah.
5 in a row. We're like,
Yeah.
holy fuck, boys, we gotta go to 18 now. We
Yeah.
got one.
Yeah, I
And
remember
then they
standing
stacked
on
it and made
16. Yeah, we're standing on 16. I'm like, man, I'm pretty sure we're like 6 under right now. Tied this match. But
Yeah.
both those last 2 matches got pretty crazy at the end. And it's like same thing the last match, boring, and then not boring.
Yeah, you guys had no rest either. You just had to go right to the box.
change your socks and
Yeah.
get back out there.
Yeah.
Talk real quick about just the mindset going into your quarterfinal match where you realize you have to give up 14 strokes, which we checked, and that is a record for the championship flight in the Cravens, giving up 14 shots. What are you thinking on the first tee with that? Like, shit, we got to go?
Well, when that guy hit that second shot on one to like 15 feet left of the pin, Danny and I looked at each other and we were like, this guy doesn't look like they need 14 shots.
Yeah.
And he hit it solid, but they hit some loose shots on the front 9, and we were making a bunch of birdies, so that definitely helped.
They earned their number.
They earned it. Yeah.
I felt like my mindset the whole week was just like, I was just so loose, didn't care, drinking transfusions, drinking tours. I mean, and I was under the mindset, it's like, whatever, if we lose, going home.
No,
whatever.
I did
mean,
make a
whatever,
comment to
but-
Yosh, I think when we were walking down 18, and I'm like, I got to figure out how to play tournaments like
Yeah.
hey, if there was an errant shot, not even an errant shot, but you guys were like not in the best position, and you're just cutting up laughing the whole time, and like you see golfers just losing their.
We should have seen me at the U.S. Open
Like my
qualifier
fucking
the
dog
Monday
right now?
before.
Yeah.
Should have seen me at the U.S. Open qualifier the week.
The Monday.
before.
Monday.
My mentality was a little different. So
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was a comment I got from a lot of the San Gabriel members that kind of started to follow you guys throughout the tournament and would come up for a hole or two and be like, God damn, these guys are fucking good and they're just having fun.
They don't even give a shit.
we were
They're
having
sitting there-
fun for sure.
They're sitting there trying to bet shots with you and make jokes on this and that and I'm like, well, yeah, they're not missing anything. Golf is fun when you're hitting it where you want to hit it.
Golf is fun, but also too, I think golf is primarily an individual sport. So it's like when you get to go play with your buddy, and it's like you got 10 other guys from your club down there following us too. It's like I think it kind of just loosens up the energy and
You get to
makes it a fun week.
take half the holes off. I mean,
Yeah,
hitting it down the middle, you don't have to play your own tee-ball. It's kind of nice that way. A little less pressure.
Speaking of taking holes off, it was the 4th hole in the final match. And Danny pumped one down the middle. You had maybe a hybrid in.
Oh, yeah. That was not my best.
He almost hit it out of bounds.
Well,
4 holes over.
I got distracted. You were jingling your keys behind me or something. I don't know what's going on back there.
There was a rumor that you got fucked by a double tranny.
Maybe.
Oh, yeah.
Possibly. So,
Danny-
what was it? You were coming off a 2? Danny, you want to tell that story when you said
Yeah.
it? Oh, yeah, you had the golf ball still.
Yeah, what was the situation? Yeah, oh yeah,
He threw
I had
you
to
the
go.
ball?
He threw me the ball after
Yeah.
we got off a 2. And granted, we'd played the same rotation the entire week. Throws me the ball, and I'm like, "What are you doing, bud? It's your hole." He got fucked by a double train.
With kids standing right next to you.
Standing next to the president of the club.
We got a double before that round started, and it on semi-empty stomachs. They hit us.
Hard.
They hit us
Yeah.
hard.
Especially after walking 18 the first, not getting a whole lot of food in you.
Yeah.
And then doing that. There was an over-under. It was at 13.5 for times you were going to pee on the golf course in the final.
I definitely
No,
hit the
that
over.
wasn't fine. That was the day
No.
before, wasn't it?
Oh,
That was,
no. It was the final.
that was
No.
the day
The
before.
final I didn't put so much. It was the
Yeah,
day
yeah.
before. Day before.
I was actually going to comment on how impressed I was that you
Held it
didn't.
together
You held
completely.
it. Maybe that's maybe why on 4 it wasn't the double train.
I think we only had,
he had his legs crossed.
It was,
Trying
the
not to take a
over-under
piss.
was in the final because of his preceding
Oh, okay.
reputation.
Oh, okay.
Being everywhere. They were like,
Well, we had it at 12. You had.
Well, I had some kind of spasm. That's what happened there. I don't know.
Yeah.
it was the juice,
Uh,
the lime juice from the
does-
transfusions.
A mix of the acidic lime juice and
Maybe 14
Alcohol.
Coors Light, and I don't know.
yeah, a couple Coors Lights.
Well, that Cravens, that pale ale, when they ran out of Coors Light, that in between 6 and 7, right there.
That was a throat.
I
punch.
took. I got one pale ale one time, and I hit the worst iron of the week. And then the next hole 8, which we should probably talk about.
Don't worry, don't worry.
All right.
That's on the rundown.
Yeah,
and then I take 2 sips of that pale ale and hit one OB. But maybe that's a good time to talk about that hole.
Hole 8.
Hold it. Well,
So,
real quick. So
we
he's
love that
he's
hole.
standing on the box, and he's got his driver, he's got his forearm, and you can tell he wants to hit the driver because he asked Harry 4 times. He's a driver, right? I'm good with the driver. And Harry's coming out of the bushes, trying not to get caught taking a piss again, and he's like, "No, 4-iron. What do you?" It gets tight up there. Yeah. You really wanted to hit the driver, and then finally he's like, "Whatever you're comfortable with. Whatever you're comfortable with."
So Friday, you hit driver to 40 yards. Hammered it.
No.
So Thursday, I hit driver first just to see what it was like, and it was right blocked out. But then
One of the matches you did. And then after that, when they moved the tees,
No.
Yeah. you did.
You
You
hit-
pumped it.
maybe that was
Down
during the
middle.
practice round.
No, we didn't practice it.
Or He didn't hit driver on that day. You hit a 4-iron.
That was Saturday. Because you guys went birdie. It went, now, Danny and I are grumbling walking to 9T because it was the right play, but we were pissed.
You were more
Did you
pissed
hit
than me.
driver? You might have hit driver one day.
He did
I don't
on
know.
Friday. He fucking pumped it. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was.
We were done at
Right.
9, so I was able to walk the whole 18
Okay.
holes with you guys on
Right.
Friday.
So T was back.
Maybe it was. I think it's because the tee was back, and I did pump one on Friday.
You crushed it. And then we went, and then you guys went to 4-iron after that.
The
And
following 2
which was
days.
smart.
Yeah.
It went birdie. And then the conversation you're talking about's happening, and Trent should have just said, hit a goddamn 4-iron. Oh, whatever you want.
Yeah.
I could tell
Well, I
by his
wanted it.
commentary he 100% wanted to hit
Oh,
driver.
100%.
Just
Listen,
to
I've been
give me the
striping
big
the driver
F you.
all week. I'm like, I should just hit the driver. But granted, I said that the 2 days before too, and I hit 4-iron, and Harry stacks it 3 feet when we make birdie.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
giving me
yeah.
shit, a heap load of shit the whole time.
You were giving him shit too. I was just
Well,
piling
no,
on.
well, I wanted to, but I knew he was right inside. But
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of like my 13-year-old who does this. He's like, "Dad, I know you're gonna say no, but can I do this?"
It was
a-
It was 100% the right
Candy
play.
before bed.
yeah.
But any chance we get to needle Trent, we're gonna do it.
Yeah, it was almost
So I-
like just because I didn't want him to do it, he wanted to do it.
So what happened?
So I hit the worst drive of the week.
Where'd it go?
Oscar Bravo.
Oscar.
Thank
Yeah.
God I hit a wedge to 2 feet and made 5, and we came out of there square. Otherwise, I would have never heard the end of it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you hit first, and the guys you were playing with, he was licking his chops, and then he put one way.
No,
Right
he
on
hit,
two,
he
right?
hit second. He hit second.
You hit
The
second.
guy first,
Oh,
but
okay.
Danny thought
Yeah.
he was okay, but he ended up being in the trees. But
I'm gonna fix it.
No, it's all right. Well, all
All right, go put them away.
Yeah, hold on. Let's
Pause
make
it
this real
for a
quick.
What was it?
Fucking Yip
The dog. Yeah, you
we'll just split,
just keep talking.
blend
about
it together here
I'll
in a minute.
splice it
Sorry, I had to
together.
fix my
Anyway,
dog yipping.
Hole 8.
Where's-
Hole
I
8,
ended
Oscar
it well.
Bravo.
So we'll, like I said, I hit a wedge 2 feet. We squared
Two-minute
the hole
hole.
up. Thank God.
So the cool thing is tell you guys stories that you don't know about. And when we were walking on 16 in the semifinal, you guys hit driver left in the rough, kind of under the tree, but you had a shot. And pin was front right. You guys remember this? Great shot.
Where was it?
It was
16?
the 16th hole. Pin was front right. You guys were kind of through the fairway to the left in the rough. And so Alistair, our head pro, is standing there, and he's like, yeah, and Josh, the president, they were both standing there, and Alistair's like, you know, the proper play here is to the front right of the green, give him an uphill putt, and, you know, 10 footer, 15 footer up the hill, give him a shot at birdie. And who hit the shot there? Danny grabs wedge or 60
No,
degree
he hit
or
the second shot. I
Yeah.
drive on that hole.
No, 16.
Oh,
No,
no.
16.
No,
He
no,
hit
no,
the 15.
You talking about 15?
You're talking about
15.
15.
15.
Yeah.
15.
Oh, 15.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so you're hitting the second shot, and right at the pin, and stack it to about 2 feet. Pro looks at me, looks at Josh, and he goes, "That's why they're standing there and we're standing here."
That's pretty good. Yeah.
And then the bomb after that on 16. That was the final. That he hit that that was the final.
Yeah.
No, he hit a bomb on 16.
No, that was semi. Or
The semi too. You put it down the left side. On the final, you put it down the right side, like three.
yeah, just
It
pump
seemed
down
like
there,
three
yeah.
fucking 60.
Yeah, that whole. Yeah,
That was the
that
banger
whole
on the
last
semi.
final match was. Yeah, I mean, both matches were really kind of lackadaisical until the end there.
Yeah, I mean, you were given strokes on 16 and 17. They go right. This is on the final match. You guys pump down the middle, played it to 12, 15 feet, right?
Yeah.
And then just hammer a bomb on it. That was epic. And the best part was is there's 3 people cheering me, you, Yosh, and Mo. And whenever they made a 2-footer, and like fucking 100 people are around
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Like it was definitely David and Goliath with the crowds, but just I made a video of it. Just
The
a
dagger
handful
on
of putts.
16 was that was a dagger.
There was clearly the home favorite because I mean, anytime they even made contact with the ball, everyone was just
Cheering.
But they
Go
made
get
some
him,
good,
Dave!
they made
Go
some
get him!
good, but they made some good putts the whole day, some long ones. But yeah, that 16 just completely because he had missed a shorty on what hole? Like we got a freebie
Yes,
on
13. No, 12.
Or
12. It was 12 that
Oh,
part.
12.
Remember
part
he
four,
missed
the
that
short-
little
yeah,
shorty?
Yeah, that was a freebie there.
So like when I made that putt on 16, we were so jacked up. Like I knew that's how match play works, right? It's like they were stacked in there 3 feet. They're probably thinking, "Oh, we're gonna win this whole match is over." Bury it.
Yep.
And then I knew because he had missed that putt before. I looked at Harriet, just like I knew he was gonna miss it the whole time.
I
Yeah,
looked
we
at.
were-
I looked, go ahead.
We were talking about it after the round. We were like, that putt won the match. That 15-footer to send us one up with giving them a pop on 17.
Yeah.
That won it.
Guaranteed going
Yeah.
to 18.
Yeah.
I looked at. Who was next? It was Yosh. He was gone. I think it was
It was me and Scotty.
Scotty. Was like that just turned into a thimble.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
It's like
yeah.
a whole-
Oh yeah.
Remember? And he missed it.
for sure. Oh man.
Yeah, that was epic.
Killer. I mean, I think 15, 16, 17, 18 are all great golf holes, especially finishing match play. Went 4-4, 4-4. Walk us through kind of who. So then Trent, you're hitting on 17.
Yeah.
Which I mean, it'll be the entire right side of the golf course.
Yeah, I've been struggling with my T-ball for like the last 27 holes. Danny's like giving me a full-blown therapy session on the tee. He's like, dude, just
It worked.
go back to an old swing thought that you like and just commit. Come on, small target.
Were you trying to
I'm
go left on 15?
like, 15? No.
Oh, okay.
No, that was terrible.
Well, no, because when you hit it, I'm like shit. Because you guys did it
on accident.
on
The
accident,
day
but they
before.
played on accident the day before, and I'm like, you're like, no, he's through that. It's perfect.
Yeah, like dude, that's in. So all of our tournaments are there. That's our first horse race hole, and
Yeah.
the tees are usually up
And they
in front of
play
that
left.
box. Dude, I just hammered over the trees every time, and everyone's like, "What are you doing?" And then my partner has straight up the hill to the left
mhm.
end.
No, I mean
Easy.
If you can get it
yeah.
over there, it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys were a little further back.
But he was,
Yeah.
I mean, but he drove the green a couple times on one, and when that tee box is up, we're licking our chops like hit it on the green.
Yeah, I
you
was
know?
thinking hit it on the green.
100%. The worst case is you're in that bunker right in front of the green, easy
Yeah.
up and down.
Yeah, one day I hit it up there kind of close, but the other 3 rounds, I think, in our matches, they were all terrible tee shots on that hole.
What about the, we had a couple Hall of Famers following you guys around. Did you realize that?
Oh,
Adrian Beltre,
Beltre.
who they lost in the semifinal to them. And then Dave's father-in-law is Pat Hayden. Both were in the crowd.
Not rooting
Probably
for
Not
us.
rooting for you guys, but
Yeah.
didn't want us
it's
to.
always good to put on a good display of golf in front of Hall of Famer stuff. That was
That's
fun to
pretty
watch.
cool.
All right, so walk us through 18th. You got to drive over a road, over a fence, and
T-balls.
Yeah, it's
Weird.
kind of a visually weird tee-ball. I'm glad Danny had to hit it, but he absolutely threaded one to
I mean,
about
the guy
50
hit-
yards
It was
out.
kind of nice to, I mean, if he would have threaded one, right, it would have been a little bit different. But he pulled it in the trees, and I'm just like, get the fuck. But I didn't know, obviously, if he was going to have a
out
look or
loud
not.
saying, "Oh, get through, get
Yeah,
through,
yeah,
be
yeah,
good in your
yeah,
mind."
hope
If
it's
they
all
get
right.
fucking buried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I just stepped up and hit a sick T-ball and just pumped it down the middle and left Trent just a
52 yards.
yeah,
Yeah.
52 yards in, jacked up
Just
for
smoked.
sure. Yeah, that felt good for sure. Because I mean, really, those last 3 T-balls are not easy.
No,
No, with the road right there.
17
Yeah.
is a tough hole.
Yeah.
18 is just weird because the gate. But yeah, Harry pumped one on 17. We had to give up a pop, so it's like, you know, we basically had to make birdie to tie.
but you had to love your odds going into 18, playing
Of course.
Straight up,
naked,
yeah.
and the 2 of you versus the 2 of them. It's like, okay,
Yep.
I'll take
Yeah.
you guys.
And when we walked up and his ball was in the trees, and I'm like looking to see if he's got a shot, I'm like, let's go.
We got a flip wedge, and they got a Houdini one. And
Yeah.
they ended up in back bunker.
Bunker, which was not a great spot to be. Yeah. So
Yeah, Tim hit a pretty good one. Tim was a good player, pretty decent
I
player.
mean,
actually.
his year low is a 0.
yeah,
So he can plays like a 2 right now.
yeah, you can
Yeah.
tell he hits it straight.
He can putt.
Really
He can
straight.
putt really good.
Yeah, he putted well.
Yeah, he came out hot, made that putt on 1. And I was like, oh boy, here we
At
go.
no point did we think we were going to tie one at all.
No.
They hit like this low left tee ball, duff second
chunked
shot,
into one.
kind of blew one by, chipped like 25 feet by, and then made it from the French. And we had drove the green almost like in the greenside bunker,
Yeah.
hit a bunker shot 15 feet, and left it in the heart. And we tied. It was like, what's
Yeah.
happening?
I'm
And
like,
this-
yeah,
This is one of our
great.
non-stroke holes. We're supposed to win these.
Yeah.
No,
Shit, we got to give up 9 more.
But yeah, to go back to 18, I mean, I hit a good drive. Harry hit a great shot below the hole. And then they were, I don't know, they missed their bogey.
they're like 10
Or
feet.
whatever,
Yeah.
their par.
Yeah.
Sorry. So he's like, all right, flag one up there. I want to make that fucker, you know?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Give him the old fist bump.
Yeah.
Well,
It's my glory area.
I
It's
blew
my
it by
glory.
about 2.5, 3 feet, and he looks at me, he goes, you
Did Cabaya say, hey, don't miss this like you did that one?
No, he didn't say that.
He didn't say a word.
No,
He was
But I
good.
did.
He didn't.
I did. I was like, this is exactly what I needed. A fucking knee knocker with 200 people watching, just like,
Well, you were the betting favorite. The staff does caddies, all the caddies, all the staff. They bet once the championship flight's done, and Alistair took you, so he was
oh, I love it.
Which is kind of bold because you never know. I mean, you know, I've
giving up.
given up that many, but I'll tell you, I mean, up until the last match, I mean, we were just, I mean, we didn't miss a shot. That last match, I was tired, trying to keep drinking to stay energized, but I mean, we played I felt lucky to be tied after as late in the, you know, with how many pots we were giving up and
Oh, yeah.
all that. I felt lucky because we were just both hitting it in the trees, not making any putts, like, you know, kind of just limping along. So, I mean, it was cool to at least have a chance.
Hold your hands still.
I got it.
Quit giving your mic an H.
Quit
shape.
giving-
Yeah.
Hey, bud.
Microphone to HJ.
It's all right.
Trent, we'll start with you. What are your thoughts on just the tournament? You know, all of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's so well run. It's so much fun. You just go down there. different format. The alt shots, like just something you never play in.
Yeah.
Super fun. The course is in perfect condition, so that's always good. I mean, you rolling on perfect greens, greens getting firmer throughout the week. Um, Staff, everyone we played against, super cool. You make a ton of great connections. What else, Danny?
Yeah, I mean, I said it in my speech. I said, I've been hearing about this Cravens from you guys forever, and never really had the opportunity to play it. So yeah, I was stoked when you asked me to play it. Yeah, it's all time. It's great. Yeah. I mean, obviously, there's a reason it's been going on for 90 years.
We had very different first times out.
Yeah, like it's one of those things.
I agree with everything Trent just said. I just I didn't win it. So
Yeah. It's I've been in it for 12 years. We've won 2 L's, only made the championship flight twice. So like what you guys did is rare. And I think the more you'll play in it, the more you'll see that hopefully you guys continue to win it. And to be completely honest, hopefully you guys aren't in it next year, because if you guys are still a 4-ball team, you'll be playing the USGA 4-ball same weekend.
Yep.
But if you are in it next year and you guys come back, you'll start to then. I mean, the more you plan it, the more like, dude, my schedule revolves around the middle of May. It's like, okay, hopefully it's not
I'll tell you one person that doesn't like it is our wives.
Oh yeah. Well, now that you're in, you got to bring them. Like it's like
That's
usually
what I told him
hours
too.
go.
I like how it's family oriented.
all the kids up there running around on 14,
Thursday,
and
yeah.
it was awesome to see everybody. Actually, when that guy made the putt against you guys in the semifinals on 16, I walked up and I was like, "That was fucking awesome. Your kids are, your 4 daughters or whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, that's the only time they've ever seen me play. We just birdied our last 4 holes."
Yeah, that was cool. Yeah.
Pretty awesome.
And those guys were super cool too.
Yeah.
He texted me yesterday. Super nice.
Yeah, everyone, all interactions were great. Yeah, the staff.
They really
great.
were.
I mean, to
Yeah.
see that they said there was 100 people, or volunteers. I mean, that's
So I'll forward you guys the article. It was in like 2015. Southern California Golf Association did an article on like the lure of the 4 main tournaments that are in Los Angeles. The first one being the Cravens, it's the oldest. The Sartori at LA, the Swinging Bridge at Bel Air, and the Macbeth. And Bob Gross, you guys met Bob. He was one of the really older guys that was driving around the car all day, past chairman of it. He was quoted in there saying, people join San Gabriel because 51 weeks out of the year they're a member, and 1 week they're an employee. And that's during the Cravens, where everyone that's a member there goes out and mans the food tent, is rules official, is part. It's so cool to see a club that supports that. And
Class
membership that
Class
that
act. The whole thing, the whole weekend.
Yeah, really
Class.
definitely. It was awesome. Definitely worth it to all that.
What we told you? Yeah.
10 years probably I've been hearing about it. I don't know why it took me so long to go, but I guess my timing was right.
Absolutely.
But yeah, well, we look forward to having you guys back next year. Bring all the kids, get the strollers out. Apparently, you can just push them through the fairways like I was seeing. So,
Try not to let them read any greens.
yeah,
They frown upon that.
or do snow angels in the bunkers.
Thanks, boys.
There we go. Oop, I
Well,
thought I was on silent, so
yeah, no
my
worries.
bad on that, boys.
Hey, thanks for coming out. Get an interview with, get you guys back on here too, especially a member guest.
Yeah.
We're gonna be having some fun. We'll try to figure out a little spot where we can do some post-round interviews.
Absolutely.
After the Liars
Right
night,
on the,
some
right on
great.
the, oh, absolutely.
Well, congratulations, boys.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on.
Thanks, boys.
Like
Appreciate
Dutch said, we'll get you back
Thank
on.
you.
Ew.
Those dirty dogs.
Dude, how good did they play?
They played so good, and we kind of talked about. I was saying Dan, I'm like, when I was talking to Yosh, I'm like, okay, this is the kind of attitude you really need to have when you're playing a tournament. Now I get it. They play like U.S. Amateur stuff, that they're
Really good
plus
players.
4s or better, fantastic golfers. But it kind of goes to show you that he played lights out. Every time I saw him play, minus that 1 on 8 or whatever it was, the guy had a smile on his face. Guy was cutting up the entire time, not sweating over anything, and he is a phenomenal golfer.
Yeah.
So like maybe he doesn't feel pressure like I do.
Right? I mean, the both of them. I mean, you can see in the interview with them. That's how relaxed and laid back they are. Is how they were on the golf course, and just watching them just hit shot after shot after shot. It was like, wow, dude, you guys are
Impressive.
And like even like the other members coming up to me and being like, dude, your buddies are fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, they are.
They are.
They're cool people. They're good people too. So kudos, hats off to them. Congrats.
Yeah. No, I mean, hopefully they go back and
Hopefully they don't.
get after.
And I mean by don't is I think they're going to get into the full four. They're that good of players.
Yeah.
They should be in the full ball. But hopefully they do because they're fun to watch and that'd be fun to have them whip my ass. So
yeah. All right. Well, hey, that's on for the Cravens wrap up.
Easy for you to say.
Why is that?
Choked all over your dick on that one.
Yeah.
But
That's the all right.
hey, you got a fun week.
Take us out.
Yep.
Take us out.
Dutch has a great week. He's leaving tomorrow. Go down to see
Peepaw.
Peepaw.
We're gonna have to do a little episode with Peepaw on there.
Yeah,
Get some Peepawisms on.
We owe the people an extra one because we were late on this.
Yeah, we were late
But
on this
We're
one.
late for a great reason.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be here working and trying to play a little golf every afternoon. So
We are playing twice. I can't remember the name of the one place, but Buffalo Creek is one of the other ones. Kind of out in East Texas.
I'm going to call your dad tonight, see if there's any of my golf clubs he wants to try out. Probably just...
I hope they're A shafts.
Yeah, you get them A-shafts.
Got some A shafts, man. Yeah.
But,
But,
them ZX7s, you got them? I don't like them.
Well, that concludes the Cravens Invitational episode. Looking forward to doing it next year.
Before you quit, hit subscribe on everything,
Yep.
any medium you're listening to, watching, whatever. Give us some feedback.
Yeah, feel free to interact.
We got a couple cool guest lines up. JB wants to come on.
That would be something else.
Some of the other guys from the Cravens, I think we're going to pull on in the next couple weeks. So hang tight.
We got to get Barnesy on.
Got to get Barnesy on. We
Gotta
got
get
our member
Barnesy
guests coming up.
Yep.
So we got Sammy B will be here. A lot of interviews. So a lot of cool shit coming for you guys. We'll drop back in on playoffs on our next one.
Yeah, we'll catch up on hockey. I'm still sad.
Yeah, we can
I'm
tell.
still sad. That's where I'm wearing my glasses.
All your hockey gear's packed in your attic for the summer.
No, I'm gonna try to play next month. I think.
I was talking about all your Caps gear.
No, I wear it all the time. These colors don't run. Penguins hand. See, I can't talk anymore. It's time to get off.
He's off. All right.
Time
Thank
to
you
get
all
off.
for listening.
All right. See you next time.
Bring us home.
Here at Weller, we believe that feelings of wellness, vitality, and optimization should be available and attainable to all of us every day and should never be expensive, time-consuming, or intimidated. We believe wholeheartedly that the best version of ourselves is possible every day. So our goal is to provide an accessible, functional beverages that are simple, delicious, natural, and impactful. We created our products with real life in mind. Our clean label, convenient, and always delicious beverages meet you where you are and are beyond easy to integrate into your everyday life whenever you want them. Go visit wellerbrands.com and use promo code D&D Podcast for 20% off your order, free shipping on orders over $120. Now back to the show.